GYB, listen. Okay. A lot of people talk a lot of shit about how they doing stuff with their lives and they making it happen. But I don't really see too much movement. I don't really see them out here actively changing lives. Me and my team, we've been in this shit for 10 years. We've been changing lives for 10 years. Check my records, you'll see where we at. Hundreds of lives changed, hundreds of businesses evolved. That's Dreamway. Join the team.
Let me take this framework and do that accordingly. So what we do is start with the high ticket. So let me put that here, high ticket. Guys, in the chat, is this helpful? In the room, is this helpful? Y'all feeling it? Cat, BOD, you liking this? High ticket price point. So high ticket price point to start. Now, the reason you want to do this is, like I said, one, you're going to start marketing yourself in a whole different category. Now, everybody else that's the $1,000 gigs, the $500 gigs, the $100 gigs, they're not even looking at your page no more. You're not even getting your time wasted with the tire kickers and the people that's going to be asking you for all this work for a little bit of cost. Now, the people that are the high ticket, they're looking. They're checking out. Oh, what's the results? What's the story? Now it goes back to everything I said before. What's his story? Why is he passionate? Why should I work with them? Why does it matter? What's the results that they've done? Are they an expert in what I do? Can they get me results? Okay, cool. When you start speaking directly to people, and I'm talking very direct, listen, I know what your problem is right now. You got a 500 credit score. I know you went to go get that car and you got denied. I know you went to go get that house and you got denied. I know you're trying to start a business and you got denied. Let me help you. Let me help you get this 150-point increase so you could get to 650, and in less than 45 days, you could go get all those things that you wanted. Would that be nice if I helped you do that? Of course. Hey, how would I do this? I do DJ music. What am I doing for an event? I'm creating an entire experience. I'm transforming those memories for a lifetime. I'm going to play all the hits that your parents knew, your grandparents knew, and the kids knew. All generations are going to have memories of this event due to my music, due to my impact. This is what I got people calling me from 5 years ago saying, yo, that party you did when I was 18 was the legendary. That's what I do. Now you're not a regular DJ, you're creating moments. This is how we start to take ourselves out of, I'm selling a commodity, I'm selling a t-shirt, to I'm selling $1,000 product. I'm selling something that is way above market asking because I've shown my value through my story, through my passion, through my pain points and problems, and I've showed you how I solve those problems. So when Gucci sells a shirt, what's their point? Oh, this is handmade, Italy, the finest cotton. Walmart's not saying none of that. That's why it's $5, right? You got to emphasize the details. High ticket means high detail. Okay? Let's put that down. High ticket means high detail. They paying you to think and look for the things that they haven't thought of, that they don't know of. That's why so the difference between $1,000 and $10,000 is the person that I pay $1,000 for, they're going to do the job. Let's say it's cutting grass. I pay $1,000, they're going to cut the grass. The person I pay $10,000 for, they're going to think about, yo, you got weeds growing on the sides. I'm going to actually cover those for you. Your bushes weren't looking too good, so I trimmed those as well. And in the back, the hedges weren't doing too good, so I took care of that. That's a $10,000 attention to detail product and service versus $1,000, I'm just cutting the grass and I'm leaving. Huh? So this is very important when you talk about, even with you, with catering. That's the levels of detail, how you presenting the product, how we giving the taste points, or walking around with the hors d'oeuvres, having people walking around with hors d'oeuvres. All of that is part of the psychology of when you go into a Gucci store, or Apple store, it's clean. Just being clean. You looking clean, your business looking clean, your product looking clean. That's already a high ticket demand price. You see what I'm saying? The $1,000 DJ coming in looking like $1,000 DJ. The $10,000 DJ coming in with a bow tie on, looking like he about to make $1 billion with you. Different levels. You want to think of it like that from your customer's perspective for every product or service you are doing. Yes. So repeating the question for you guys, she asked, when is too much personal stuff, too much personal stuff type of stuff when you're talking about business and branding, right? So I'm gonna tell you a story of what changed my life and changed my entire business. So for me, me and my cousin went to a Damon John conference from Shark Tank, right? So we was hyped. We thought we was gonna go meet him, all this type of stuff. He wasn't there. It was his team, but it was still a revolutionary, life-changing event. So what happened was we went to the free event. They upsold us. We paid $3,000. Went to the live in-person workshop similar to this, right? And in that workshop, one of his head team members was like a genius marketer, all this type of stuff. Two things that changed my life in that workshop was one, they put me on, the guy put me on to Think and Grow Rich. So that was the first thing. He put me on to Think and Grow Rich, and that changed my entire life as far as listening to that book, changing like everything, my thought patterns. And he made millions and millions of dollars, and he said that was the book. Damon John says that's the book. So that was like the first foundation of like, I need to build off of this book. Then the second piece was on the last day, we had a pitch contest, and I was pitching our brand, our merch, our CDs, our music, and our lifestyle, right? So long story short, I go in, I tell them the story. Hey, we do music and merch and lifestyle branding, and our whole thing is to have positive vibes and encourage people to live their dreams. And at the end, I said, and our goal is to, end suicide by helping people make money doing what they love. And he said, hold up. Why did you end with that? And I said, what do you mean? And he said, you said that at the end, but you didn't say it at the beginning. Kenny, is that not what he said? Is that not what happened? He said just like that. He stopped me and said, you need to start over and say it again from the beginning. I said, he said, why didn't you do it? And I said, I don't feel comfortable saying that. At the time, never talked about my god brother passing away. At the time, never talked about suicide. At the time, this was one of the hardest subjects I talk about. I would tear up. It would just be a hard situation for me. He said, if you would have started with that, I would have immediately bought in because I have an aunt in a situation similar that went through a similar thing. So instantly you would have caught me with my emotions. I would have been tapped in with you. And now I would have been going on that journey with you of your product and your service. But because you throw it to me at the end, it was more of like a caveat, and I don't really have the emotion to go through the journey with you. You see what I'm saying? So this is when you start telling your why, like why you do this and why you're in your purpose. Like when you talk about you loving music and like you talk about how you see the music, that's gonna make people want to pay top dollar. Because your story is now, I'm paying for someone who went deep on this. I'm paying for someone who has passion and purpose for this. So all of your problems, all of the pain points, all of those things become the purpose, become the passion, which become the profit. You see what I'm saying? We cannot get to profit if we're not talking about our purpose and our passion with our products. See what I'm saying? You bundle the passion, you bundle the purpose into the product. And now the product is the way they support your passion and your purpose. Does that make sense? They can't do that. There was a long time where like people didn't know how to support me and Kenny. Because we was like, okay, we're doing music, we're doing merch, we're doing production, we're doing this. So people would support us in different levels, but they weren't sure of like what's the best way to tap in and really support. When we started doing bigger packages and making events and doing things like that, that was when we started to see bigger opportunities. That's when we started to see people taking more action and building with us, because now we were showing them a combination of all the purpose, passion, and products that we have and how we could create it for them and how we could do it for them. So along your journey, a lot of times we go through many different things, but we haven't productized or placed those things as like, what's the benefits? So we go through painful times in our lives, and we're like, damn, I chunked that whole time as like, that was one of the worst times in my life, right? But in real life, one of these guys that I follow, super genius guy, worked at Google, was the head of innovation, talks about he did at Google, they would ask people like, if you could go back and delete a memory that was like the worst case scenario, like the worst thing that ever happened to you, you could delete that memory. But if you deleted it, everything else would delete after that. Your relationships, your friends, all the knowledge, the wisdom, the grit that you got from all that would be deleted. Would you keep it or would you delete it? 99.9% of people said they would keep it. They would keep that tragedy. They would keep that painful time because it's helped them become the person they are today. And when you understand that most people are yearning for that conversation, yearning to talk about the trauma, yearning to talk about the pain, and then now you're yearning to give them a solution that they never had before, that they never had a conversation this deep with someone on, it changes your entire life. When Kenny's shooting content, we're talking about content, it's different when content changed our life. We're not shooting your video and your photo. We're talking about from real life experience, this changed our life. You need to do this video. Like this could help you 10x your business. You see what I'm saying? Like you talk from a place of passion and purpose, people feel it and they invest in the product. Because this is the cool part. When you're doing that, now you're confident. Who the fuck is gonna tell you your story's wrong? Tell me that. Who's gonna tell you your pain, your purpose is not enough? It's not worth it. You see what I'm trying to say? We gotta get out of our own heads thinking that's what's gonna happen because we think I'm gonna tell this and the world is not ready to hear this and they're gonna deny me. What happened to me after that day, I went home and I practiced. You can ask my wife and Kenny, I would practice with them, saying the story. At first, it would take me 10 minutes to say the story because I was so bad at putting my words together, trying to describe it in a proper way. So I felt I wasn't disrespecting my dead god brother. Like all of this stuff was difficult. And when I tell you, it made me cry, it made me hurt, but I did it. Then I started doing it in front of people. First, it was just my family. Then it was other people. Then it was other people. Then we did an open mic at Bridgeport University one time. And I did it in front of 20, 30 people, all young 17 to 18-year-old kids who suffer of anxiety, suffer of depression. And when I tell you 5 kids came up to me afterwards, crying, hugging me, telling me how much I changed their life just by my speech, I knew I was doing the right thing. I knew there was no other way. I knew I couldn't go back. You see what I'm saying? And that was the confirmation that God gave me to double down, triple down, get better, make the story, get better at public speaking. It was all the things that we are scared of is the things that God is testing us to see if we really want it enough. All the opportunities, all the dreams, all the stuff. There's people out here, guys, online. Like, I don't know if y'all know this, but there's a lady out here making like $1 million a year selling farts in a glass. I'm not even fucking around with y'all. If this lady could do this shit, sell farts in a glass, bro, this shit is crazy. Fart spray, they sell fart spray. Think about this shit. And then we sit in here overthinking like, why can't I make money doing something as needed as DJing, as needed as coaching, as needed as marketing, as coaching in the registered nurse space, as coaching in the credit space. These things are really needed. These people are selling farts. You selling something that's needed right now, but you don't have enough marketing and story and passion and purpose behind your product to make it stand out, to make it go viral, to make people talk about it, to make $1 million off of it a month. You do have it. I'm gonna give you everything you need in these 3 days so that you can execute at that level because you have it already. I have it already. The only difference of Chris 5 years ago, making $20,000, working at a fucking bread truck from 2 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the afternoon every single day to grow my dad's business and make no money. Like, the only difference between that person and this person is so fucking confident. This person is so fucking sure because I've made so many damn mistakes. I've gone through so many painful things that have fucked me up that when I know I'm going to build you a funnel, I know it. I don't got to guess it. I don't got to say maybe. I don't got to say, oh, you could get it. No, this is what the fuck I do. I'm confident. I know who I am. And that's why I get 7, 8, 9-figure businesses to believe in me because I believe in myself more than they do. And that's the first problem as business owners. We don't believe we could charge the price. We don't believe we deserve it. But let me tell you something. Who has invested more in you than you in your business than you? I always like to do that because I come back. I used to wrestle, right? So I come back to wrestling. Who's putting in more gym hours than me? Who's putting in more time on the mat wrestling than me? You got to think about that for yourself because we always looking at all the people ahead of us and saying, oh, but so-and-so is, making $1 million a month and so-and-so is got 1 million followers. But you ain't seeing, you've been in this game for 10 years. You got all the equipment, all the connections, all the resources you need. And you focused on so-and-so that's a million miles ahead of you when there's about 1,000,005 people behind you that don't know how to do half of the things you do, don't know how to get half of the results you know how to get. And you so focused on the people ahead of you, you ain't turning back to feed the fan behind you that they're going to help you get to that next level. Everybody that's behind you is going to help you get to the next level in front of you. But you have to be able to automate it, systemize it, and create a system so that you don't get pulled back. That's the key. That's the key. We sell high ticket, so we can't necessarily sell to everybody below us. You see what I'm saying? So your high ticket allows you to, this is a bar. Oh my God, this is a real bar. Your high ticket allows you to get paid by your mentors. Your high ticket allows you to get paid to be in the rooms you would have paid to be in. Your high ticket allows you to get partnerships and resources with people that you could have never done if you were charging Walmart prices. What's the barter for a 7-figure earner? Oh, my t-shirt costs $5. I'll give it to you. My t-shirt costs $1,000. I'll give it to you. Tell me what's more valuable to the 7-figure earner? It's still the same product. You still got to produce it. You still got to do it. It's just how you value it and how you give it to them and how they receive it because of the way you presented it. I'll give away a $20,000 funnel for free to a nonprofit, to someone I believe in, to someone I'm building a relationship with. But now they value me at $20,000. They're not valuing me at I'll do your $100 funnel. That I'd rather do it for free. That's another thing. Very important. Don't be out here charging $25,000 and have the $100 offer on the same level. Like, oh, the $25,000 got 3 tweaks to it, and that's it. No. That's not what we do here. Everything under $5,000, let's say, is all automated. It should be all automated. It should be lessons. It should be frequently asked questions. You got 10 years doing this stuff. You should have a course on all the mistakes that they do at all the events. Yo, you don't have a photographer, a videographer. You don't have this. You don't have that. All these things are happening at your event. That I've seen the most. Think about it. Every single person on this call has been at one of their industry events that's been the best that they've ever experienced, right? We've all been to an event in our industry that was like, yo, I wish I could do something like that. Like that type of DJing, that type of coaching program, that type of live conference. I want to do something like that, right? We all know that experience. But yet, we don't create it. And yet, we don't say, I will pay $5,000 for that. Let me make the $5,000 and charge that to them. I've been to it. I know what it takes. You've been to it. You did it. You invested already. That's one of the things. I started charging high ticket when I started investing high ticket. I paid $30,000 for masterminds. I said, I need a $50,000 program, bro. This is wild. They're not even doing a quarter of what I'm doing for $5,000. They charging $30,000. They ain't even doing nothing. They're teaching them. I'm actually building shit for people. Do you understand? When you start paying high ticket, you start looking at like, yo, I'm not even charging a quarter of what I'm supposed to be charging because these people's giving. They're paying this person $20K and I'm charging $1,000 for the same shit. They doing less than me. Your whole mindset changes because you like, now I understand. What are they doing? Oh, he's doing this, this, and this. That's different. His positioning, the way he's making it work, the way he's positioning himself in the marketplace. I'm not doing the same thing. I got to do that. My price points is different. I got the $1,000 offer still. He don't even offer the $1,000 offer. You see what I'm trying to say here? Those are the different that I start looking at them. Oh, that's how he's, because his is either you paying $1,000 or less, or you paying 30,000 or more. It's like, okay, there's no in between here. You know what I'm saying? So when you start looking at, oh, this is what's working, this is what's going on, now you replicate that in your business, and this is real funnel hacking. Funnel hacking is not taking a page and duplicating the design or the words or the video. Funnel hacking is taking a strategy and taking the cold leads to hot, to buying that high ticket. What does it take to take them through that journey, through that story? You see what I'm saying? And you want to have checkpoints at every step, right? And the story, the brand story, is going to be one of your biggest checkpoints, because that's going to be where they find that. Think about, like, you know, comic books. What's their origin story? Your origin story is going to be what we call in marketing their epiphany bridge.
Hundreds of lives changed, hundreds of businesses evolved. That's Dreamway. Join the team.